All right, back down at the farm. It's been several hours. I'm on my camera or on my phone. Camera on my phone because my regular camera, the battery died. But this is the inside of my tractor shed. And as you can see, there's no tractors. There's a few parts left, some tires, some more parts, but there are no tractors because, like I said in earlier videos, we have got critter problems. That is a hole from the critters digging under the gravel that collapsed when we drug the tractor out. There's where they're digging under the wall and trying to dig under the wall. And they dug under the back of the barn there, and all kinds of holes over here, more holes there, another collapsed hole, more collapsed holes, and more where they're digging under the barn. And behind those white panels, there's another hole that goes under the barn into the other side. And there's another spot where they've been going under the barn. They've completely eroded underneath this pallet that's got, I don't know, 100 gallons of vegetable oil in it that I was running when I was still driving my diesel truck that needs lots of mechanical work. And you can see over here where they've dug under here, and underneath those tires back in there, there's a wooden box that used to be my dog crate when I had a beagle. And they had it completely undermined. And that's just in here. I got to get a weed whip to get this cut down so I can get this door open. So I can get in there, because I'm sure, right in here is the divider between where I was just at and the other side. And I guarantee you it's just as tore up. And I got, there's a ZA in there with a mounted 2-row planter, and then back in the back corner is my U. It's got a G motor and aftermarket wide front, and I got 2 BF project parts machines sitting up. There's a whole bunch more that I got to dig out, and I want to get all this stuff out too. I want to get all this out of the barn. I want to get this out of the barn so we can level it and start over. I'm not sure. It was one of these corners. I think maybe this corner here never got gravelled because, well, you can see there's a lot of diamond plate steel there that was there when we put the gravel in, and we didn't feel like moving them by hand. So I'm going to try to be nice to my brother-in-law, see if he'll bring his little John Deere skid steer with forks over, and then we can just fork the pallet up there, maybe, hopefully get that out. That's on a pallet too. I just don't know if we can get under it, and then we'll I don't know, tear the hell out of things and see if we can get them critters to just noticed that might be why I was having so much trouble getting my JT at. Is that the JT? No, my Red Nose Z. They had undermined underneath the tires so bad that the tractor was actually leaning against the barn. Those are scuff marks off the tire. Oh boy, yeah, we got a mess, boys and girls. Anyway, all right, that's where we're at out here in this barn. We got over in the big barn. We did get the 5-star and the 302 out, and the GLP. We got everything lined up out. Yeah, we just walk. No, we're gonna walk over here. We'll walk over here first. Stay hydrated, my friends. Stay hydrated. Stuff. I gotta sort through tires, and we may have a fire. It'd be a shame, wouldn't it? Or somebody needs sandboxes for their kids. There's got to be at least one good set of pulling tires in that mess. There's my disc. Anyway, there's the old New Holland baler that we used last weekend. 144 bales off of just over an acre and a quarter. All right, that's where all the tractors are at now. If you can zoom. Yeah. So we got the 302, the 5-star, Mama's U, GLP, ZB, ZA, ZT, JT. That's backwards progression. Then I got my son's BG, and then Mom's 60 Oliver, and my grandpa's old R. let's burn out 39R. Don't worry, I've got parts. It's gonna live again. Then there's another ZA. Not a fan of ZA, but somehow I got 3 of them. Anywho, that's where we're at. That's all we got out of the barn. There's still a few more. What I'd really like to do is move the G out of the way, because we can continue the progression of that series just a little further. Brother Brad Super H still working on the throttle quadrant on it. A little further on the progression of the JTZZAZB is we got the 445 we could stick in there, but flat tire on the back and it's missing the front wheel on the front. And then if we wanted to get real crazy, between U and the 5-star, we could stick the UV Special and just kind of show off all the improvements, changes, etc. But I'm not going to do the Special out for that. And Brother Brad's H, if anybody wants to looking for an H, it's for sale. And then if we wanted to be real wild and crazy, we could dig the old G diesel out of the back corner of the barn. But I don't know if I think if we can kill the critters out there, it'll take care of anything going on in here, and they'll stop digging in here, because we do have a spot there. But with the weeds growing, I don't know how active that is. And then, you know, we got a big pile of lumber that came out of a barn that we tore down, a little grainer that we tore down. I'm sure there's holes under it. Wagon loaded stuff that we need to decide what we're going to do with. Anyway, all right, plows. Yeah, I think Thanksgiving weekend, Saturday after Thanksgiving, a guy here local's hosting another plow day. I went to the first one last year, took the 5-star, my 4-bottom mounted plow. I think I did a video on it anyway. I think that little 2-bottom rope trip with lance cutters on it is going to go with Brother Brad's H. And we'll see if we can turn some dirt, turn some heads, maybe sell a tractor. I think that's a 1940 R. Again, say I got parts to fix the 39. Don't worry, people. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, I've had enough. I'm gonna close the doors, fire up a little cherry bomb, and head home. I'm gonna take Mom out for date night. Go see if we can find a good steak somewhere. Anyway, empty barn.